Hello and welcome to part 3 and the final video for Megan Simkus's banking application capstone project. This video is about deployment, additional features, an app demonstration, and reflection. I'm going to start by demonstrating the basic functionality of my application and show you login, deposit, and withdraw. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Okay, so I'm going to create an account here. Put in an email address. And password. And hopefully that will be in all data, which it is, which is wonderful. And now I'm going to create a deposit. Looks like I have $50. Right now I'm going to deposit another 50, should go to 100, and the balance does and indicates my deposit was successful. I'm going to withdraw 101, and hopefully it will not let me. Correct. Transaction failed, insufficient funds. Now let's say I want to withdraw $75. Brings my balance down to 25 and my withdrawal was successful. I didn't deploy my app in the traditional way. I worked closely with the advisor and tried to remove errors that I had, and successfully did so to the point where I still couldn't connect to the doll. I could not connect to Mongo. I was able to remove other errors that we encountered along the way. I didn't use Docker either. What I really wanted to do was deploy the application, but I couldn't. So I went over into CodePen and was able to deploy it there. If I were to start the project over, I would structure my code differently. Certainly, testing is incredibly important. I was able to test along the way and see my application when it was deployed in my local host using VS Code. And prior to building the backend, it was fine and adding the middleware, but I should have been testing as I added each new file. And when I added the DAL and backend, once I started adding files, I failed to test as often as I should have. So I built the code and presumed that the code was still rendering properly, and it wasn't. So I would have identified when or where my code errors were earlier had I um, taken the time to do testing along the way, and it became difficult and time consuming later. Testing throughout the build is such a huge component of this process, and I definitely learned that lesson. Another issue that I ran into was I was working on a work computer, and I definitely think things would have been easier with less firewall settings from my work client. Um, so in the future, I'll definitely think about utilizing a personal laptop or computer and purchasing one of those. There's lots of other features I would have liked to have add for styling and for authorization and security options to my application as well. So in the future, I'll definitely think about working backwards from my customers and understanding what their needs are and what their pain points are and what, draws them to an application and how they like to use applications from an ease perspective, what's easiest for them and what's most intuitive for them. Um, so thank you very much. Um, this will conclude the videos for Megan Simkus's banking application capstone project.